Today I am in the Corte, which is in the Castello district, kind of to the east of Piazza San Marco. And I'm here to tell you the story of a woman named Giovanna. We don't know her last name, we don't know very much about her at all, but she did something that seems quite remarkable. So I'll tell you her story. I'll give you a little background too. Venice suffered from a number of outbreaks of the Black Plague in the 1300s and the 1500s. You know, it's such a closed community. There were a lot of merchant ships coming in, bringing goods that had rats, which were infested with the fleas with plague. So it happened here a lot, and it often devastated the community. In 1630 to 31, there was a really terrible Black Plague, and I found some records that showed that at the same time there was an outbreak of smallpox. It ended up wiping out about a third of the population, about 50,000 people they think, though it might be even more. Well, you can imagine that in a very small courtyard like this, a community would be really frightened, because if one person contracts the plague, just about everyone could get infected. So here in this neighborhood, this young woman named Giovanna said she was going to do something to try and protect herself and her neighbors. And she was a very devout young woman, so she painted a portrait of the Virgin Mary, and for good measure she threw in a couple other saints. San Sebastiano, Saint Sebastian, was known to protect those from the Black Plague, and San Lorenzo also, Saint Lawrence. So she included them in this portrait and hung it at the little sottoportego here, which is a covered walkway that's the entrance to this courtyard. In fact, I'll take you over there in a moment and show you all of these. So she painted this portrait, she hung it there with the idea that the plague would not be able to pass past the protection of these saints. Here's the thing, it apparently worked. Now you might say that was a miracle. Some of you might say that's just coincidence or that's just crazy. But whatever the case may be, the records show that no one in this little courtyard actually contracted the Black Plague and died from it. So Giovanna did something remarkable, or maybe it was just a great coincidence. Whatever the case, it's a great story. And it's quite a legend here in Venice. In fact, here in the Sottoportego, I'll show you, they've put in new replicas of the paintings. Of course, this was from 1631. The original painting is long gone. But there are new paintings here. It's all been restored. The ceiling is beautiful. And people feel that this is still quite an important legend in the history of Venice. There's one other interesting thing too. On the ground is a red stone, and it also has a lot of superstition attached to it. And I've heard many stories. Some say it's good luck to step on it, others say it's bad luck to step on it. Or the school children say, oh, you should step on it if you have a test that day and it'll bring you good luck. Or the opposite, bad luck. So I don't know. But, you know, there's lots of stories, and it makes it quite interesting, and it's kind of a fun little out-of-the-way spot. So I'm going to grab the camera and take you over there and show you what it all looks like. Here is a portrait of the Virgin Mary, and to the sides are other paintings that show people suffering from the Black Plague. On this side, we also have some other paintings. Another portrait of the Virgin Mary, a beautiful ceiling. And hopefully I don't make you too dizzy, but I'm going to take you to this other entrance for a moment. And here is another plaque that tells more about what happened here. So that's called the Miracle at Corte Nova.